First day. Arne. The sudden thought that the boys were asleep in their beds inside the house behind me, while the darkness descended on the sea, was so pleasant and peaceful that I wouldn't let go of it at first, but tried instead to sustain it and pin down what was good about it. We'd put the nets out a few hours earlier, so I imagined their hands still smelling of salt. There was no way they would have washed them without me telling them to. They liked to make the transition between being awake and asleep as brief as possible. At any rate, they would pull off their clothes, get under the covers and close their eyes without so much as switching the light off, as long as I didn't intervene with my calls for them to brush their teeth, wash their faces, fold their clothes up neatly on the chair. Tonight I'd said nothing, and they had simply slipped into their beds like some long-limbed, smooth-skinned species of animal. But that wasn't what had felt so good about the thought. It had been the idea of the darkness falling independently of them, that they were sleeping as the light outside their rooms retreated from the trees and the forest floor, to shimmer faintly for a short while in the sky, before it too darkened, and the only light left in the landscape came from the shining moon, spectral in its reflection on the surface of the bay. Yes, that was it. That nothing ever stopped, that everything only went on and on. Day became night, night became day, summer became autumn, autumn became winter, year followed year, and they were a part of it, at that very moment, as they lay sound asleep in their beds, as if the world were a room they visited. Across the water, the red beacons on top of the mast winked in the darkness above the trees. Beneath them, lights glowed from the summer houses. I swigged a mouthful of wine, then jiggled the bottle to gauge how much was left, unable to see in the gloom. Just under half full.